At exactly 2:17 in the morning, the receptionist of an old mountain hotel received a phone call. The display showed one number. Room 307. There was only one problem. Room 307 had been locked for more than 20 years. The receptionist answered. At first, there was only static. Then a woman's voice whispered, "He is still here." The call ended. Security rushed to room 307. The door was locked. Inside, they found no one. Only a digital voice recorder lying beside the bed. And what was recorded on it revealed what had happened earlier that night. The story of room 307 began 20 years ago, when a young woman checked into the hotel alone. At 2:17 in the morning, guests heard an argument from her room. Then, a scream. Employees rushed to room 307. The door was locked from the inside. When they finally forced it open, the woman was gone. The windows were closed. There was no balcony. No second exit. She was never seen again. After that night, guests began reporting strange things. Footsteps inside the empty room. 3 knocks in the middle of the night. And a telephone that rang, even after its line had been disconnected. The strange activity always happened at the same time. 2:17 a.m. Eventually, the hotel permanently locked room 307. Years later, a paranormal investigator named Arjun decided to spend one night inside. He brought 3 cameras and a digital audio recorder. Before entering, an elderly hotel employee warned him, "If you hear someone outside the room after 2 in the morning, do not open the door." Arjun ignored the warning. He believed there had to be a logical explanation. For several hours, nothing happened. Then, at 2:13 a.m., footsteps appeared on the audio recording. They moved slowly through the corridor. Closer, and closer, until they stopped outside room 307. Then came 3 knocks. Arjun checked the hallway camera. The corridor was completely empty. At exactly 2:17, the telephone rang. Arjun froze. The phone line had been disconnected years ago. But it kept ringing. Finally, he answered. "Hello, static." Then a woman's voice whispered, "Don't open the door." The call ended. Seconds later, someone began turning the door handle. Arjun checked the lock. It was still locked. Then, a floorboard creaked behind him. He turned around. Nobody was there. Another creak. Then another. As if someone invisible was walking across the room. Suddenly, all 3 cameras stopped recording. But the audio recorder continued. On the recording, Arjun can be heard asking, "Who are you?" Silence. Then, "How did you get inside?" A low, distorted voice can be heard in the background. Something falls to the floor. Arjun begins breathing heavily. Then he says his final recorded words. "There's someone standing behind me." 11 minutes later, the cameras suddenly came back online. The room was empty. Arjun was gone. His phone was still there. His equipment was still recording. And the door was still locked. Hotel employees searched everywhere. But Arjun was never found. Then, at 3:04 in the morning, the reception telephone rang. The call was coming from room 307. The receptionist answered. Static. Then the same woman's voice whispered, "He is still here." But perhaps everyone misunderstood the warning. What if the thing knocking on the door wasn't trying to get inside? What if it was trying to warn Arjun about something that was already in the room? Today, room 307 remains locked. But some guests still claim that at exactly 2:17 in the morning, they hear footsteps. Then, 3 knocks. So imagine this. You are alone in room 307. Someone knocks on the door. The hallway is empty. Your telephone rings. A woman whispers, "Don't open the door," and then, you hear a floorboard creak behind you. Would you open the door? Or would you turn around? Tell me in the comments. And remember, sometimes the most dangerous thing isn't outside the door. Sometimes, it's already standing behind you.